Welcome to the Daily Jing for Wednesday, March 28th. Here's the quote of the day. When we listen to people, our language softens. Listening may be the cardinal act of giving. It is the source of peace. Paul Hawken. Okay, so let's go to the schedule. This is the ninth week, March 28th. I put in some sample essays here. I've annotated them. They are student essays from this semester. I've taken the names off. So I want to look at the first one and then the second one on Friday. So this is vision loss. And I say in the beginning here, start with a scene where you show your uncle with glaucoma. He's blind, right? How does he deal with some ordinary task? Okay, so what this essay does right now is it talks about writing the paper instead of actually writing the paper. So my suggestion, and I'd like you to read through all my comments, but here after an opening scene, I suggest that the paper needs a paragraph here on why you are writing this essay. What is the problem you have with your uncle's disability? Note, use the last paragraph of the paper here. See my note at the end of the draft. So here where the paper says the issue related to what this person does or who they are is what they are no longer the same independent person, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm sorry, that's not the end of it. But, the idea here is that they're writing at a distance. Look at the course essays, which are very intimate. You have to write about your problem with this kind of, in this case, the problem with your uncle's blindness or glaucoma. So something about my Uncle Rich that I have a question about. Yeah. So start with that question. So put this paragraph as paragraph 2 after the opening scene on the first page, where you show your uncle bumping around. And then finally here, consider bringing up your own fear of vision loss. This should naturally follow from an examination of someone else's vision loss, or why write about it? Your reader expects it. These papers are an examination of your questions, your quandaries about your condition, behavior condition or someone else's. It's just not a narrative description or a research paper. It's an intimate kind of study of this, and you follow it with questions. Excuse me. Okay, let's go back to the notes. So, I want to encourage you to read the essays from the best essays of 2017, the course text for ideas of how to write and revise your familiar essay. There are many ways to write this essay, but what you have to do to make meaning for yourself. And meaning is made when you bring something from outside to bear on your experience. This is where your work from the myth comes into the picture. Myth making is total meaning making because you are subjecting reality to metaphor, reaching for a thing that is like what you are experiencing but is somehow fabulous, otherworldly, fantastic. So in the example that I just gave you of the person writing about his uncle's glaucoma, you should bring to that study or to that examination of this other person's glaucoma his own fear of what it means to not see, because that's to me the only reason to write the essay. Okay, so um, you do this reaching for metaphor to solve a problem. So if you are trying to solve a problem in your familiar essay, and that's what you should be doing, I, I'm sorry, if you are not trying to solve a problem in your familiar essay, you are not writing to the form. Let the myth metaphor help you solve the problem that your behavior condition poses for you. And one of the ways to integrate the myth or to solve the problem is to deal with structure. And the essay that we're reading from the best essays this week is a perfect example of this. Goldbach's White Horse. She definitely uses structure in order to talk about her rape. So this is a perfect example of the kind of way a writer attempts to write about something really difficult, and the way she does it is to bring this kind of elaborate structure of repetition to the essay, and also writing it in the third person. So so look at her essay for a great example of how to bring myth to um, to the problem. And the striking sort of image of the white horse is definitely a mythic element. Okay? All right, thanks. Oh, and the question of the day, where can I find the two sample 3 FAM essays? You can find them in today's block, Wednesday's block, the 28th. Okay? All right, thanks. Bye.